So like Connor, god damn man, I'm coming up with like more things as I talk about it.
You're just popping up. I love when that happens too.
Pop up video, dude. This is like VH1. You heard it here first, Kurt Loder.
Wow,
It's like
you just threw out a lot of references that I'm probably not going to pick up on. Jesus Christ. Within 5 seconds, you threw out like 4 different things. God.
Welcome back to Asinine Radio, a weekly podcast where we talk about music, and well, that's pretty much it. So let's go. Hey.
This is Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, different artist, and we break down one of their records, and we try to have a good time doing it. While you're listening, because I know you got nothing better to do, go to Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Give us 5 stars and 5 stars only on there, please. All the social media is at Asinine Radio. We have a Discord server. If you want to join that, let us know. We'll send you the link. And we have a phone number. You can call us, leave us a voicemail, shoot us a text, tell us what you think. The phone number is 503-893-5307, so get into that. And if you didn't already know, my name is Tyler, and way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. All right, Jeff, what are we doing today? Go.
We're doing Bright Eyes' album. Bright Eyes' album, I'm Wide Awake, It's Morning.
So there was this woman, and she was on an airplane, and she was flying to meet her fiance, sailing high above the largest ocean on planet Earth, and she was seated next to this man who, you know, she had tried to start conversations, and the only thing she'd heard him say was just to order his Bloody Mary, and when she was sitting there and she was reading this really arduous magazine article about a third world country that she couldn't even pronounce the name of, and she's feeling very bored and very despondent, and then suddenly there was this huge mechanical failure, and one of the engines gave out, and they started just falling in 30,000 feet. The pilot's on the microphone, and he's saying, I'm sorry, oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm apologizing, and she looks at the man, and she says, where are we going? And he looks at her, and he says, we're going to a party. It's a birthday party. It's your birthday party. Happy birthday, darling. We love you very, 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 very much. And then he starts humming this little tune, and it kind of goes like this. It's kind of 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We must talk in every telephone, get eaten off the web. Must rip out all the epilogues from the books that we have read. Into the face of every criminal strapped firmly to a chair. We must stare, we must stare, we must stare. We must take all of the medicines, too expensive now to sell. Set fire to the preacher who is promising us hell. Into the ear of every anarchist that sleeps but doesn't dream. We must sing, we must sing, we must sing. It'll go like this, alright. While my mother waters plants, my father loads his gun. He says death will give us back to God, just like the setting sun is returned to the lonesome ocean. Splashed into the deep blue sea.
Bright Eyes formed in 1995 in Omaha, Nebraska by Connor Oberst on vocals and guitar and as lead songwriter. They currently have 10 full-length records, 8 EPs, 1 live album, and 1 compilation. But the album we're doing today is I'm Wide Awake, It's Morning. It's the band's 6th album, and it was released January 25th, 2005. It features Connor Oberst on vocals and guitar, along with many, many guests. So, Jeff, what is your origin story with the Bright Eyes? Go.
Okay. Well, yeah. So in high school there was this kid. I guess that other kid has really nothing to do with this. No, it does have because he's an asshole. So this other kid. Like, should I go over this kid again? This dickhead kid.
Yeah. Just start it over. Just
from the top. Let's start at the bottom of everything here. So there was this in Mr. Peck's class who I don't know what he taught.
I think it was history. It might have been history. I think
it had to have been history or English. I swear, I do not remember. But I remember that being one of my favorite classes because we could just talk. We could just round table discussion, throw things out. Let's talk it out. That's cool. I like that. But this kid, friend of the pod, Alex, douchebag of the pod, Alex, said in the beginning of the year, like, you'll never see me, A, wear the same shirt 2 days in a row, and B, like, you'll never really see me wear the same shirt twice at all. And Mr. Peck was kind of like, yeah, bullshit. And we went to a high school that housed kids that are way too wealthy for their own well-being. And and really, like, honestly, fucking true to his word, dude, like, never really wore the same shirt twice. And that was kind of like a douchebag thing to do. So fast forward a little bit. We were tasked, am I boring you? We were tasked with with bringing like our favorite.
I was laughing, you asshole.
We were tasked with like bringing our favorite song to the pod, and
favorite song to the pod.
Sorry, to the class, to the pod. Just I'm always got pod on the brain. Don't call me a pod brain.
Oh God, you're an idiot.
We're bringing our favorite song to the class, and this kid, I cannot remember his name, but he brought in this song called "A Perfect Sonnet," and "A Perfect Sonnet" was my introduction to Bright Eyes. "A Perfect Sonnet" was from an early EP that Bright Eyes did. That Connor did, and his vocals on that were very like, it's a good song. It's very melodic. It's one of my favorite Bright Eyes songs, but he does that like, it sounds like that. It's
like Bob Dylan.
Very, very, very vibrato, very Bob Dylan, but kind of like goofy. And when he was doing it, I remember, dude, I was like, wow, this song's fucking dope, dude. I instantly loved it. And I look over at like the cool kids, and they're all like, oh, this song's fucking gay, bro. This song's fucking dumb. And they ended up playing like Avenged Sevenfold or something else stupid and cliche and dumb and whatever it was. But I remember like not going up to that kid and be like, dude, this song is dope. Who is this? I had to find out like years later. So I guess that's kind of on me too. But that was my first actual introduction to Bright Eyes. And then my like true introduction was I'm Wide Awake, It's Morning. That's when I really dove into them.
Huh. Okay. All right. My origin story. I must have heard them through you or possibly Mike back late high school, but I don't recall any of that. It wasn't until I think like it was my birthday. It was my birthday, and friend of the pod Mike, he posted the video for at the bottom of everything on my MySpace page for my birthday, and that was like the first time that I had actually like sat down and listened to one of their songs. I'm like, wow, this song is really fucking good. It's really stupid. And then ever since that day, I think it was like 2006 or 2007, ever since that day, every year Mike and I post that video on each other's whatever social media. Every fucking year since then. Or we text it to each other. Just like it's a stupid thing that was this like stupid tradition we've done for like the last 15 years. But that's really my origin story, is at the bottom of everything. I think it is. But even after that, after listening to that song, really the only song that's ever stuck with me throughout the years has been Arc of Time, which was off of Digital Ash. But yeah, I don't know. It's a fucking great song, and that's my origin story. So
okay, sticking to it.
Let's get into our first impressions on the record. And do we have any stinkers? If not, or if we do.
No stinkers.
No stinkers. Okay. Yeah, I have no stinkers either. There are definitely okay songs, but no stinkers.
No, I wouldn't say there's definitely okay songs. I think there's one song that would be maybe possibly
A stinker.
Considered okay.
Oh.
But I listed it as a low B. But it's still good. Still great.
So I do have, actually, I take it back. I do have an almost stinker.
Which one?
Old Soul Song.
Okay, well that's stupid. So
It's a fucking straight up ballad that doesn't really go anywhere. A lot of the lap steel, slide guitar, and
all right. So
it's
if we're just gonna get into this now, we can do that. That's a 7B for me. I get it. Whatever.
It's a low B. Okay.
It's a low B.
10 songs.
This intro reminds me so much of Phantom Planet. So
Really?
Phantom Planet, they were doing kind of this sound, not as extreme as this as Bright Eyes did it here, but Phantom Planet did do a lot of not lap steel work, but they did do a lot of slide guitar on an actual guitar to mimic the steel guitar, the slide guitar. They just didn't have that instrument with them. But this reminds me a lot of Phantom Planet. There's not the only song on the album that reminds me of Phantom Planet, and I think there's a lot of things on this album that kind of took from Phantom Planet because that's a good band. That's a good little indie band, indie rock band of this era. And those two albums came out, several years before this one, and so I think it's kind of cool. I dig. But dude, the pedal steel, why do you hate that thing? It's fucking dope.
I don't. I don't. I
damn,
like
it's
that.
good.
I like that instrument. I think they utilize it well, especially in later records.
Ooh.
They really utilize it really well.
So
I think just in this song, it's too ballady.
This
Way too
album,
ballady.
in its entirety, this album is a testament to like Americana music. Americana music being just like a mashup of rhythm and blues and Delta blues and country and Western, all these things, but not focusing on any one of those things. This album is Americana at its best. This is stuff that like Grateful Dead were doing decades prior to this. This album is incredible. This album is incredibly deep. It's incredibly complex. They even get like an old country artist that is kind of laughed at now, and at least in the vinyl community, Emmylou Harris. Who gives a shit? Who fucking cares? Dime a dozen these records. They're bottom dollars. Who cares?
They're chud.
It's chud for reals.
Yeah.
But goddamn, man, the way they incorporate all of these instruments into melancholy emo kid concepts is just absolutely unreal. Unreal.
Yeah. Okay.
I love this song. It's great.
I do understand that the sad boy lyrics and the sad boy sounding melancholy songs. I get it. It just was never my thing growing up, and it's still tough for me to get into. I know you and Mike love this band and Dashboard and what's that other Kevin Devine or something. Adam Levine.
Kevin Devine, yeah, that's the same guy, I guess.
It's the same guy.
Yeah. So Dashboard, great, has done fantastic stuff. It's just true like singer-songwriter stuff. Bright Eyes, I only think this is great. I only think this is historic. Everything else Bright Eyes has done, I don't think is historic. I think it's just either trying to recapture this, or it's trying to do something different that is just not as intense as this, not as honest as this, not as I don't know,
Yeah,
not as
that's
diverse
fair.
as this.
That's fair. That's fair. All right then. So let's jump into or do
Bottom
we,
everything.
do we
No,
have
we don't talk
anything
about
else
this
on
one.
Old Soul?
I mean, I have copious amounts of notes on each of these songs, but we don't have to talk about this one. Yeah.
Okay, so let's jump into At the Bottom of Everything.
Yeah.
The opener, the monologue. What was kind of I couldn't really find much of the story on the monologue because it sounds like he's playing in front of people, but I didn't really find much about it.
I think I think it's just this is studio. This is
Was it? Okay.
this is one of like his best songs. It's not like my favorite song. It's my 2B. I love this song, but it's one of his like best songs. It's a perfect blend of music, like a music song with like good songwriting because it flows nicely. It's got a good melody to it, and just like kind of like cryptic poetry that on the surface seems just like a mashup of words that are about some overarching theme. But like the more you read about it, the more you look into it, the more you think about it, you're like, okay, I get what he's trying to say here. And I think this is one of his best songs. Again, his being Bright Eyes.
Yeah, his Beam Bright Eyes. Yes.
I prefaced that earlier.
I think this is I agree with you. This is one of his best songs for sure. It's actually his second best song, and this is my 1B on the record. And I just that whole monologue it's just so silly. Like it is really stupid, but it's captivating. The slurping, the ASMR shit that he's doing, and he just has a weird voice. Like he has a unique speaking voice, not just singing but speaking. And then it just going into that strumming pattern with the acoustic guitar and the 1 2 1 2 3 4. It's just, oh man, it's so good. It drops into the super folky thing. It's just such a catchy, really really well written song.
Musically, this is like folk music. This is a telling of stories. This is like a lot of cultures. There's a lot of languages that are almost dead now, and that are dead because there's nothing like written. It's passed down through folk tales, through music. And like this is exactly what is happening here. It's so unconventional for a band like this, for an artist like this. He starts talking as if we've already been in mid discussion. He's not saying, "Hey, let me tell you a story." It's like, no, dude, he's talking to us as if we've already been fucking talking, as if we've already should have been listening. And that is unbelievable. That's so cool. He's very lackadaisical in his approach. It's very lazy. It's very kind of I guess I'll fucking tell you this story. But the story means something. Connor's vocals like match the tone super well. Great solo, right?
Yeah. I
love
think
that.
Surprisingly, it sounds good, even though it's all on an acoustic guitar, which usually sounds like shit, especially done by like an indie band or like a singer songwriter. But it, for whatever reason, it works really well on this song.
God damn, the song is so good. Overall, like literally, I was going to get into lyrics here. I'm all over the place.
Yeah, let's do it.
Lyrically, this is connected. I think it's all connected, like a cycle of death, rebirth, and just a peaceful, insignificant existence. It's a melancholy song on the surface, but really embraces like the joys of life and death. The man at the beginning of the song, who's telling the woman like happy birthday, has chosen to spend his last moments on earth comforting a complete stranger, which like goes against everything like this entire album is about. This album is full of sadness, of depression, of abuse, of alcohol abuse, of drug abuse. And we're opening it up with like a story about a guy who has chosen to like spend the last moments of his miserable existence on this earth to comfort a stranger.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like it proceeds to like sort of tell her the story of and then give her advice as the plane is crashing. He explains a lot of things that are wrong with society and human behavior, and the plane eventually crashes. I think this man has now convinced his woman that death is as much a part of life as birth is, and to not be afraid of it, to sort of embrace it, but not like look forward to it type of thing. And that's why the splash is a glorious splash. And then the song ends with the peaceful insignificance I was talking about earlier of our lives. We aren't anyone special or important, but that doesn't mean our lives aren't meaningless unless we allow them to be, which will be explained and kind of explored throughout this entire album. Birth, death, and then a meaningless existence, which is okay.
So
that's fine.
I had a little bit of a different interpretation. I feel like the whole, I feel like there's two different stories being told, like, or like the plane story is like a metaphor for what he's talking about on the other side of it, where like, you know, it's the beginning of the plane falling, then eventually crashing into the ocean. Everyone's dead. I feel like what he says when it crashes into the ocean, I feel like that's like he's saying it very sarcastically, you know, and then they splash into the deep blue sea. Oh, it was a wonderful splash. And the way he sings, it's very happy and upbeat. But I think he's just being very sarcastic, because everything else in the song, outside of the plane related lyrics, it's about just kind of the like society failing in every which way. Talking about the pharmaceutical industry, talking about homelessness, talking about just how society is crumbling. And then it finally reaches the bottom. The plane reaches the bottom where it hits the ocean. Society reaches the bottom where it completely collapses. And then at the very end, you realize nothing matters. I don't matter. I'm nobody. I'm literally nobody in society. just literally nothing. Like your existence means nothing to society or anybody in general. So I think you took a more positive approach to it. I think both are, I mean, I think your interpretation is really good too.
So
but-
I think you're close. I would. There's two things I think you're missing. One is the idea of like rebirth, and this whole the whole fucking album is based around rebirth. The sun, the colors, the yellow bird, the cover art
Yeah.
of like the first thing your eyes go to on the cover art is the
It's
sun.
Yeah,
But it looks
the red
weird.
sun.
Like, why is it red? Why is it fucking not a yellow sun? So there's a lot of things that are gravitating towards like rebirth. And the last chorus, the last couple lines of this song are him talking about the morning's coming back and the whole world's waking up. Morning, rebirth. Tomorrow's another day. And the very last line of the song is he finds out that he's really nobody, but he's still happy. He's
See, you know
happy.
what?
The line
I
right
don't-
before that.
I don't agree with you, especially, or I agree with you on some points, but the cover album, the cover artwork, I don't agree with you because a red sun represents a dying sun. It doesn't represent rebirth. A red sun is the end of a sun's life, or the end of a star's life.
Yeah, but it still takes 1,000 years to do so.
But still, it implies that
It's still going to go up and it's still going to go down. Yes, it's dying, much like we are dying. We
guess.
have very limited time on this earth, very limited time. Even a dying star, the sun, is still going to take 1,000 years to fucking die.
no, yeah,
I think this
I
entire
get it.
album is I'm gonna say it in the beginning here because I think this is a very loose concept album based around these ideas. But I think this entire album is based around a meaningless existence. No, an insignificant existence, but not
Yes.
meaningless. Because just because you're nobody does not mean that you're nobody, type of thing.
yeah. You may be a nobody to society as a whole, but you have meaning within your own mind, within your own psyche.
And he'll
to those
explore
close
this.
to you.
And he'll explore this later on. And then also
does.
rebirth. There's a lot of rebirth in this. There's a lot of fuck, man. Even with like small menial tasks, like I want to go to the gym more, right? That's why we have New Year's resolutions every fucking year. Gym membership spike in January. We have these resolutions. Tomorrow's another day. Die another day. Tomorrow never dies. Diamonds are forever. These are all
No time to die.
no time to die. Yeah.
Oh God, that was stupid.
That was stupid. But for real, like I just went off of that tangent. I don't know why, but I think that's what this overall. I think that's what this album is trying to get at. Is that it's okay to be sad. It's okay to understand that you fucked up today, you fucked up yesterday, you fucked up the day before, but you still got tomorrow. And yeah, you'll probably fuck up tomorrow, but then you got the next day and the next day. But then also on the same, like on the other side of the coin, understanding that you may not have tomorrow. You know, like the carpe diem, the people. Oh my God! Also, Mr. Peck, dude, he was a big advocate of like carpe diem. Like that was
he?
Yeah, he had like
Okay.
he had like a index card that was like laminated and like bright. I think it was like yellow on. Oh my God, was it yellow on black? Is that like where we got the SI
logo?
Radio inspiration?
Ooh.
No way.
No.
I'm blending like memories with what I want them to be now at this point. I've lost my my credibility because I don't know. That would be fucking insane if that's like where that color scheme kind of came from. But there's no way,
because
right?
I like that 70s yellow, that mustard yellow, and
Well,
that's
we
why
did-
I chose it.
we like yellow on black like pops is
Yeah,
more
it
than
does, yeah.
really any other colored scheme.
Yeah.
But that would be crazy. But yeah, like the whole carpe diem thing, like seize the day, right? Like tomorrow is another day.
Mhm.
You can always do something better tomorrow. You can be better tomorrow than you were today. And that's not
Yes.
just like a specific, today's Monday, tomorrow's Tuesday, but like today's, X year. And then we can be better 10 years from now. Wars, governments, people in general, society. These are all things that will be explored that we've just been introduced at the bottom of everything.
You're right. You
God
are right.
damn. Fucking killer song. Killer album. Jesus
it is.
Christ.
It is. It really, really is. All right. So, do we have anything else on this song?
No, that's it. That's all.
Okay. So then, what's your 1B then?
What was your that was your 1B?
That is my 1B. Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
I know it's fine. It's the right
My-
answer.
My 1B my 1B is it's pretty basic. My 1B is Lua.
Lua. Okay. It's not
Yeah.
the most basic thing, but that's fine. It's that's my 4B.
That's That is something.
That's the
I'll
right
tell you that
answer.
much.
That's the right answer. All right. So what do you got on Lua?
I'll tell you something. Yeah. So this one's all about the lyrics, really. The delivery, the chords, the pattern, everything here is used to support what is being said. And it's the only song on the album that is all Conor Oberst. Everything about it. As the song progresses, his voice gets a little bit more and more like kind of uneasy. It's a slow, gradual process of almost like becoming unhinged. And I like that. I like that build. It's a very steady, slow build, and it doesn't build a lot, but it's there. It's there. You got to really like pay attention. You got to really listen to it. It's there. I love this last part, the last like small, quiet strum. I throw it back to like a Weezer's Blue.
Oh God,
it's just enough relief to make it through, but it's not like enough to fully satisfy, right? So simple in the moonlight. You want that last one. So simple in the moonlight. But he doesn't do that. It's just like he stops at the simple in the moonlight, and then you get that small strum. And again, it's just enough relief to make it through, but not enough to fully satisfy. And I think that's what the song's about.
Oh, okay. I mean, lyrically, you're saying like lyrically that goes hand in hand with the song.
Yeah.
Never satisfied in that it's about drug addiction and everything like that. And is that kind of what you're getting at?
Just enough to make it through, but never actually satisfied. Drug addiction.
Okay. Yeah,
not that I've ever been addicted to any kind of hard drug or anything, but I imagine being addicted to anything, not just drugs, but you could be addicted to fucking video games, to porn, to alcohol, to whatever it is. I always feel like people always kind of like have the same concept of, it's always enough to like get me through the day, but I'm never really satisfied with it.
Yeah, that's true. That's
oh my God, that last fucking strum, dude. I'm all about these last little notes.
You are. You say it probably like every other episode.
Oh,
there's some random song that has something like that. So.
Dude, I love songs that don't offer full relief. Leave me hanging.
All right. What do I have on this one? So a couple quick things on this song. This song was ranked, for what it's worth, it was ranked number 89 on Rolling Stone's 100 Best Songs of the 2000s, which seems absolutely insane to me.
No, that's fair.
You really think so? You really think that though?
Absolutely. We haven't gotten into the lyrics yet here.
The 10 years of music, and this is like a top one in the top 100
in the 2000s.
Yeah, really?
Dude,
you think so?
The 2000s had a lot of shit music.
Well,
okay,
every decade does. Look at the 90s. The 90s is a lot of shit music too.
Yeah,
Same
you know
with the
what?
2010s.
Just real quick on the 90s. I'm fucking tired of people thinking like 90s was this like end all greatest era of music. There were all these bands that put out. No, 90s was full of fucking one-hit wonders, and even those one-hit wonders served a purpose because they were nostalgic. They weren't great songs. Like Harvey Danger's Flagpole Sitta, that's a good song. It's not a fucking
album sucks, though.
The album sucks. That song's not like fucking fantastic. It's got a good hook. It's got a good little chorus. But like a lot of these like one-hit wonders are just shit. 90s fucking sucked. Outside of a couple genres.
Just the ones that you like.
Yes, correct. Absolutely. People do like overly praise the 90s though, honestly.
They do. But I mean, honestly, people were doing that about the 80s.
But the 80s had a lot better music. Even though they had a lot shittier music, the 80s had a lot better music.
See, that's a tough argument. That's which we don't need.
Dude, your favorite genre of punk really got its footing in the 80s.
I mean, yeah, it did. You're right. Some great stuff came out of the 80s, but there was a lot of garbage too.
It was really
much
just
like
kind
in the
of
90s, much like the 2000s.
It was really just kind of like fucking hair metal.
No, all the new wave
your
shit.
Your favorite genre of punk got its footing in the 80s. Your favorite hip hop era is from the 80s. So
that's true.
All your favorite music is from the 80s. You're an 80s boy.
Wow. Okay. That's one way to think about it, I guess.
Yeah.
And then also the song, I don't remember this because it's been years since I played it, but it was in the video game Life is Strange. Remember that game?
Yeah.
That was a good game.
That was
short,
a really fucking good game.
Yeah. It's a good one. But yeah, I agree with you. Musically, there's not a ton going on here. Just Conor and his acoustic guitar. It's straightforward. It's sad. It's melancholy. It's sad boy music. You know, it worked for the song was great for a lot of people who were 17 at the time, 18 years old at the time.
Oh.
So it's true. Come on.
There's a little bit more there. There's a little bit more here. This is more than just like pure addiction. This is also like a glimpse into the double life the narrator Connor and his main squeeze like seem to live. Like the nighttime pre-drug nightlife them is so vastly different than their morning selves. Because again, rebirth, right? Right, dude? That's what I was thinking of. That's what I sounded like. Again, rebirth. Like you wake up in the morning and you can start over. You have another chance at life, essentially. The moment you open your eyes in the morning, the moment you're wide awake and it's morning, you can be a different person. You can be better, but you choose to do the same thing, which is not inherently bad. You're a product of your environment, whatever the circumstance may be. In this song, they also acknowledge like this lifestyle will most likely kill them. This will probably be like the reason that they die, and it's never even like resolved in the song, and that's okay. It's because fucking that's life, man. That's just who they are. That's who he is at this time. And the last lines again, I got to go back over this. It's so simple in the moonlight thing. We don't even get like a good hearty resolution music lyrically. Almost feels like we could have just used one more so simple in the moonlight just to help resolve that tension that has been building throughout the song. And that small guitar strum. Oh,
you just can't get over that. Also, the word lua is it's moon in Portuguese, by the way.
Yeah.
So just wanted to throw that one out there.
Throw it out there.
This is also a song that was originally released a year prior in October of 2004. It was released with another song. I can't remember what it was, but they both charted. Both songs charted, and then then Connor decided to put this song on this record. So I thought that was kind of interesting that it was a hit single long before this album was even announced as being an album. So whatever. But yeah, no, I agree with you. It's the partying, it's the addiction, the doing the same thing over and over again, never really learning from your mistakes. Kind of realizing that you're both like him and the girl are kind of the same person. Like they're trying to hide each other's addictions from one another, but they're not doing it well because they're both the same. They're both failing at hiding from each other, hiding their addictions from each other. And I thought that was a very that's very good songwriting lyric, or the very good lyrics right there. The way he kind of expressed it all and yeah, I mean the rebirth thing. I mean you bring up the rebirth thing a lot, and I understand it talks about like the strain it has on his psyche and his mental state. Being up all night and getting fucked up all night, and then everything like that. But then every morning they wake up and just feel like shit, and they're like, oh God, we can't keep doing this. Like it's not. I think you're putting too much positivity into his lyrics.
I'm not though, because he specifically will say it later on in a song. He will specifically tell you this. And in the chorus of the song, he says, "The love I sell you in the evening by the morning won't exist." To already think that you are going to make it through the night as a severe, in the course of the song, as a severe drug addict, that you're not going to OD and die, to already assume that you're going to make it to the morning is a very optimistic thing. It's a very optimistic thing to say, yeah, by the morning, this is not going to happen. We're going to feel differently about each other. Do you already fucking think about the morning? Like when we go out drinking Four Locos, fucking our 15 Four Loko nights, we don't think about the morning. That's why we drink fucking 3 Four Locos before we go to a bar. Come on.
Idiots. That's what we were.
It's these subtleties, man. It's these subtleties that I'm telling you, the overarching concept of the song again, or this album is rebirth, and this meaningless, again, I fucked that up, said it earlier, insignificant life that we live, but it's not meaningless.
Yeah, I like that. I like that interpretation of it. I do. It makes sense. I don't know. I did really enjoy his lyrics on this, but I still felt like they were. They were a little unrelatable because I'd never really been put in these positions, or felt this way. But I don't know. I felt like it's too angsty for me. The lyrics on here were just too much way too just whiny, and it was hard for me to get through reading through. And not only that, he has a lot of lyrics. Like
there's a lot of words.
Every song has like 6 verses. You know, just a lot of shit to go through, and then you go into like genius lyrics, and you know, people have like every line or every 2 lines. There's like all these annotations, and it's like, well,
there's 4 different ones for the same fucking line too.
This is what time means, and it goes on like a paragraph about time, like a definition of time, and this is what we think Connor has to say about time. It's like, dude, I don't give a fuck. Just tell me what these 2 lines are actually about. I don't want to read a definition of time or trains or some shit like that. Like, I don't give a fuck.
I mean, I will say like genius lyrics really kind of, I can see where like the frustration came from or would come from reading those lyrics, because every line is like, it could mean this or this or this or this.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's the point of like a songwriter like Conor Oberst. I think the point of this is him writing music that feels, I don't know, that feels kind of cool to him. And there's a couple songs on here that he moved to New York City, and they're kind of about just the way he felt at the time. In the same way Hayley Williams didn't sing Misery Business for so fucking long because this is not the way she felt anymore. People like change, people just get over things, but I think Connor just has such a weird way of writing music that is so, I really do think he's a fantastic fucking songwriter in the scope of this album. Everything else I think is whatever.
Yeah.
But in the scope of this album, I think he's one of the greatest. I for sure in the emo, indie rock, pop punk, any of those categories, because it's not just about, like I said, a loose concept album of what I will reiterate throughout the entire album because every song is about it. But also, like, again, we even touched upon like the entirety of the Americana genre that he's tapping into. The only other fucking band that is really like throwing out the Americana vibes is like the Grateful Dead. And they did it just in a very rock base. This guy is really incorporating like rhythm and blues, Delta blues, fucking country, all of these things that American music is like based on, and he's throwing these little bits and pieces out there. And yeah, he has like 45 people playing on this album, but like, I don't know, that's still great that he can kind of pick and choose who he wants to play, when he wants the slide guitar to come in, when he wants the organ to come in. And even there's even songs where there's an organ and a piano, and they're both discernible. You can hear both of them at the same time, and they both like provide a certain right in the song. It's great.
I get it. I mean, it's not nearly as layered as the records after this, but there's still a lot going on, and I do like that he dabbles in different things. The folkiness, the western, the western in some parts. Obviously, the Americana stuff. He really does touch upon a lot of it. And I do respect his lyrics. I think he is a really good lyricist, but I don't really agree with you on the songs. Like his songwriting, I feel is just, it's just okay. I still don't really get Bright Eyes. I don't get it outside of the lyrics.
I think maybe I'm biased because going to camp for so many years, we just didn't have a band. It was always just somebody with a guitar. Hey, what song do you know? That is straight like fucking cowboy-esque. That is just straight folk music. Hey, what song do you know? What song do you know by Woody Guthrie? What song do you know by any of the other folk artists that have come before you? And so just that is inherently a part of like me, a part of my upbringing, a part of who I am as a person. You give me a guitar, I can at least play a couple CCR songs. I can play This Land Is Your Land. I can play a bunch of stupid fucking folk songs, but everybody knows.
Yeah.
And I think that's where like my love of like Americana music in general comes from. So yes, that's also why like I probably gravitated towards the Grateful Dead, because now it was mixing like psychedelic rock with like Americana, which it still fucking blows my mind. And this album is now mixing like Americana music with what I grew up listening to, really is pop punk / emo. And it does it in a fucking perfect way. I'm blown away even this week. Blown away?
on this
blown
record,
a
or
fucking
just-
away, dude.
or just
Honestly,
their whole
blown away. No, just his record, just his record.
This one,
blown
Digital
away.
Ash. Yeah.
Not Digital Ash. That's fine.
All right, then let's play a little bit of Lua. We'll wrap this song up and then we'll
We
move
haven't
on.
played it
So
yet.
what?
We haven't played Louis yet.
I know. So here it is by the Bright Eyes. Okay, so do we have anything else on this song, or what do you think?
No, that's it. I feel like I should mention too that old flame of mine. This was her favorite song, and there's always going to be like nostalgia of that time period with friend of the pod Taylor. I think she might listen. I'm just saying. I don't know. But
Okay. I
like
figured
this
I
was-
knew who you were talking about.
this was her favorite song, and so like I don't know, just inherently I always think about that time. It was a fun time for us too. Like we just kind of like started drinking a lot. We were going out. We were doing a lot of cool stuffs. You
Yeah,
know, a lot
it
of
was-
partying. A lot
Yeah,
of
it was a good time.
a lot of reckless partying with zero hangover. My God,
That's true. Yeah,
we
a
had
lot of good
zero
memories of that
hangover.
time.
What in the fucking shit? But yeah,
Uh-huh.
that was. I felt the need to throw that out there just in case.
No, it makes sense. I mean, there are songs that I still listen to that I think of past people and people in my past. I sound like a fucking idiot. But no, I totally get it. I totally get it. But anyway, yeah, Lua, that is your 1B. That is my 4B.
Damn, dude, what a fucking banger!
It is a banger.
Unbelievable.
It is good. It really, really is good.
I was tearing up right now. I swear. Look at. I know you can't see it, but
All right then. My 2B is First Day of My Life. It's
Mhm.
basic, I know, but god damn, this is a good song. It's
okay.
been featured in movies and TV shows, and this is arguably their most or his most popular song. Like, really, I think by far.
I think
This
like
is the most popular.
Lua is like the fan favorite. Like Lua is the one that people scream for, but I feel like First Day of My Life is probably his most popular.
I mean, it's a pretty sounding song too.
I mean, it's a fucking perfect song. Like he crafted this to be a perfect song, and it's a perfect song.
Yeah, it really is. The way he, I feel like on this record, he perfected his vocal and guitar playing abilities to just intertwine with one another and just play so beautifully together. Much like like Bradley from Sublime. He
Ooh.
just had that connection with his guitar. You just get these guitar players that are just so in line with their instrument, and I feel like Connor kind of nailed it on this record with his songwriting and his guitar playing. Just everything was just so fluid and just sounded
Yeah,
sounded fantastic.
for sure.
And First Day of My Life is one of those. I mean, the way his vocals just play off of the guitar parts. The guitar parts aren't anything intricate or anything like that or complicated, but it's just a beautifully written song, a beautiful sounding song. And even if you don't really listen to the lyrics, it just kind of makes you feel kind of sad, but not.
It makes you feel sad, and you don't even fucking know why.
Yeah, you don't really know why. Yeah,
Oh, that's so good.
it's
I know because
it
I
really
agree.
evokes such weird emotions.
You didn't fucking know why you're sad. So like my favorite part of the whole album, like if I said what's your favorite part of Bright Eyes, I'm wide awake this morning. It's from this one. It's when he says like I thought I'd let you know in the chorus, but he strums the guitar to note mash, and I thought I'd let you know, and he just hits those three chords, and like that is my favorite fucking part of this because the entire song on this one is just him just hitting those either chords or just picking the chords, arpeggiating the chords. I don't know what he's doing, but it's always busy. It's always busy. And I think when he goes into the chorus and he says, "So I thought I'd let you know," like now we're just, I don't know, man. Now we're slowing it down. Now we're getting real, and I think that's cool because lyrically, I think the song is fucking fantastic.
I think it is too. I really do. What do you have lyrically on this? I want to see if it differs from me.
I think this song revolves around a significant other that has come and gone. The beginning lyrics are a new beginning for him, like he's just broken up with someone he knows like now wasn't for him, and as he's walking, let's say out of like her apartment, right? Because he's living in New York City at the time, He's walking out of her apartment, like literally walking through the doorway. He is now like been reinvigorated, and he says like, "Oh shit, I have this slight feeling of positivity." He's also thinking about how difficult he can be in a relationship and is asking for patience. So I think like it's almost an open letter to himself or to like his crush type of thing, because he knows how difficult he can be in a relationship and he's asking for patience. He's kind of like penning this open letter to his ideal girl, I guess. Someone that will drive all night just to say hi based on a whim or some silly epiphany she wants to share with him, right? Like we've all been there as kids. Like, holy fuck, like you're over the moon over somebody, but in his case, it's over somebody he wants. And I also think it's a song like to himself, reminding him that he can do better than what he's had. He's better than the slew of girls he's been with, and he should keep looking out for the one that he wants. Like the line, "I wondered if I could come home." Mm-hmm. I think he's telling himself that. I would think he's telling himself, like, I wonder if I can come home. I wonder if I can finally be happy. I wonder if I can finally find a place that I can be truly relaxed and truly myself. First day of my life.
Yeah, I honestly feel the exact same way you do. Some people said the entire song is about the end of a relationship, but I think it's only the first couple lines, and then after those first few lines, then it's kind of, it can be interpreted as both. But then after you get past that first verse, it's everything. Everything is about like this new love, this new relationship that he's found. But this is absolutely about, just true happiness. I think this is the only truly happy song on this entire record. And this song, I mean, going through the lyrics today, I was thinking, damn, dude, I could see why so many teenage girls love Conor Oberst. Yeah. I mean, this song is everything that a teenage girl would fucking love. And I think even Tammy at some point has said stuff about this song and just how romantic it is. And it's just like, I just cannot relate to that at all. Like, this is very just extremely emo and meant for girls.
Do you think like he's talking about a girl that he knows that he wants to be with, or in my case, I think he's talking to, or do you think he's talking like me about himself? Like, hey, dude, like, don't worry, things will get better.
No, I think this is about a whole new relationship. I don't think it's as
like there's already a girl in mind. There's already somebody he thinks of.
Yeah, I think this is where he's already met this girl that he's just head over heels for, and then he ends the relationship with his previous girlfriend to go spend the rest of his life with the new one. So it's kind of a fucked up song because he met somebody while he was with his other girlfriend, you know what I mean? But I think that's what it is. I don't think it has much of a deeper meaning than that. I'm going to fight for it. I think it does. I think when you're walking out of a shit relationship, and it's not like we've had failed marriages and all of these things in our life. We're still fairly fucking young in the relationship world. So I think, dude, I really do. Like the last chorus is, I think him talking to himself, talking to a woman, talking to a girl that he wants to date. So when he says, so if you want to be with me, again, that guitar part. So if you want to be with me. Oh, so good. And I think he's kind of like smiling to himself, thinking, or mimicking, impersonating, pretending he's talking to somebody. And I think the last line, when he says, I really think you like me, I think it's him kind of just being like, oh, I can't wait to meet the girl of my dreams, because this girl's going to like me and I like her. And the way he says me, where he goes, me, all of that is like piggybacking off of the excitement that he's just feeling, wondering what his dream girl is going to be like. And that's why I think this is like an inner dialogue thing that he's talking to himself. Don't forget, Conor. It is. You're better than this. It is an inner monologue, but he's already met this girl and he knows. I don't think so. No, I think he has. Even the last line, like you said, I really think you like me. I think that's him just being kind of like childish. Like, I don't know. I think he knows that she does, but he's just kind of being like, Is it facetious? No. What's the word? I'm having a hard time today. On this
Childish, I guess. It'd be childish a little bit, but I don't think he's met her yet. I think he's hoping that he's going to meet her, and I think he's getting like the second wind, essentially, from leaving a bad relationship. And right when he goes out in the rain, suddenly everything changed. I think like he's realized, like, holy fuck, man, I'm better than this. I am a better person than this. I don't need this shit. I hope I find somebody better. I don't think he's found her yet. I think he's telling himself, here's the person that I want in song form.
I'm going to have to disagree. I disagree with you on that one.
I don't like it. I don't like that you disagree with me ever. So.
Well, I'm usually always right. I'm like 98% right all the time.
Oh, this is the 2%.
98% right all the time.
2%er right here.
Stupid. All right, let's play a little bit of this song, First Day of My Life. Wrap it up and then move on. So here it is from the Bright Eyes. So listening to the song right now again, there's obviously a stand-up bass being played, or double bass, as some might say. But I can't tell if it's somebody who's playing it with a bow, or are they playing it just with like their fingers. But it sounds like a bow, and it sounds. I don't think
it's a bow. There's no way that it's actually a bow. I highly doubt these emo kids play with a bow.
I don't know, man. It kind of sounds like a bow. It's cool though. It's fucking rad.
Yeah.
Man, this is such a fucking beautiful. It's just a beautiful song. I don't give a fuck. I'll say it. Right? I mean,
it's a good song.
Really is.
It's a song that I'd still sing to this day when I'm together with friend of the pod Mike, and now you can chime in more often than not. When we get together, we inevitably will sing places you've come to fear the most. Yeah. Bright Eyes. Yeah, there's a lot of songs.
A lot of bad songs that you guys sing together, out of key and out of time with one another.
Dude, you got to be out of key. God.
I love how it's always such a mess. Like, you guys aren't even in time with each other. It's
no.
The passion is there, but the delivery is not. So it's so fucking.
Maybe this time will be different. I mean, I really think you like me.
Oh my God, that's so stupid. Every time you've sung that part, the audio cuts out on Discord. So it picks it up as like you're singing.
Because I'm perfectly in tune with what he was doing. Yes, you're lucky. Lucky. That's my 5B though.
I can't believe it's that low. It's such
That's
a
my
nice
5B.
song.
That is the last of the B's that I think is just beyond like a banger. It's perfection.
Okay. Well, so you have, out of the 10 songs, 9 of them are B's, right?
I think they're all B's, to be honest.
Okay.
Poison Oak is my lowest B.
Poison Oak is not a B for me.
Okay, that's fine.
I have 5 B's out of the 10 songs.
Okay, let's keep going with your B's then.
My B's? Why not your B's?
Well, because you only got 5 and I got 9.
So?
Well, what?
Let's go through every fucking song. But no, I don't want to do that. So let's get into Road to Joy, the last song. That is my 3B right here.
That's your 3B.
This is a good one, right?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
when I first listened to it this week, I thought, fuck, dude, I know this song. What is it? And I was like, I got it. It's Painted Black from Rolling Stones. And then I was like, I just knew it was that. And then I looked it up, and no, it's not. It's an interpolation of Beethoven's Ode to Joy. And so I was wrong. But even still, Painted Black sounds a lot like.
You don't fucking know what Ode to Joy is?
I know the song. I know after I realized.
And you've taken guitar lessons as a child, and you don't know what fucking Ode to Joy is.
Listen to me. After I realized it was Beethoven, I realized, oh fuck, I know that song right now. But when I was initially listening to this Bright Eyes song, the only thing that was coming to my mind was Painted Black, and then it was like tunnel vision. That's all I thought about was Painted Black. But then once I read it's an interpolation of that Beethoven song, I immediately knew that Beethoven song. It wasn't coming to my mind until I actually read it. But no, I totally get it now. But it's
anybody that has ever taken any kind of lesson in any instrument, guitar or whatever,
yes,
knows what Ode to Joy is.
Yes, I know.
Except for you.
I know the fucking song. I'm just telling you, my initial listen through, I'm like, oh my God, this is fucking Painted Black. These fucking cocksuckers stole from Rolling Stones. Even though I don't like the Rolling Stones.
You like Painted Black, though.
I do love Painted Black. That's the only good Rolling Stones song. Really, it
Oh.
honestly is.
Oh.
The only good song by them. Besides Honor Majesty's Secret Service.
Which you also know that Beethoven like didn't write the original like Ode to Joy poem. He just wrote the music kind of to that. It's based off an earlier German poem or thing.
Is Beethoven German? He is. Or is he?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Is he though?
he's a dog.
He
Was
is a
dog.
dog. I guess Ludwig is a
Yeah,
German
no, he was
name,
he was
right?
he was German. Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know. I just
I'm
always thought
pretty
he was like
fucking
English.
positive he was German. Yeah,
I
he's
don't know why I
fucking
keep thinking
German.
he's English, but yeah.
No, he's for sure not English. Beethoven.
English. Yeah, he is German.
Beethoven. You say
Beethoven.
in German accent post like 1940, I guess.
He was born in Bonn. That's the city of
Bond.
Bonn, Bonn.
Oh,
City
that's-
on the banks of the Rhine in the German state of North
There you
Rhine-Westphalia.
go, baby.
Yep,
Rhine River.
Rhine River. Yeah, anyway, Road to Joy. Ode to Joy. It makes sense. The name makes sense, but whatever.
You actually have Ode to Joy on the vinyls.
I
The-
do.
the-
I do.
The
I have
actual
this,
one
I have a
that you have not
4-disc.
listened to.
I
It's
have not.
it's
Oh,
part
I
of
have
Beethoven's
it.
Ninth Symphony, and you've not
I have
you've
not.
clearly not listened to it. And your
have
your
not.
copy is something that I really really want because
a very special
fucking
copy.
dope.
that I got for $2, right? Or maybe I got
I
it for
think-
free.
I think you got it for free.
Yeah, I think Desi gave it to me for free. It's a fucking rad vinyl.
It's
too.
fucking so cool, and the fact that you have not listened to it yet irritates me. So I'll just take it off your hands because I don't want that coin.
That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. I'll listen
Okay.
to it soon. I just always forget about it.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta remind me. You gotta remind me every week,
I'm reminding you right now.
and then remind me next week
Okay.
to listen to it. But anyway,
All right.
back to Road to Joy. What do you think of this one?
I mean, obviously, this tune that dun, 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 I didn't know how to sing it because everyone knows "Ode to Joy" except for you. So, like, this is an interpolation of the tune "Ode to Joy," and that's what they're doing here. It's cool, man. It's got a cool drum beat, just outside of the basic little kick drum here. The doof 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 doof. There's a lot of cool, heavy, distorted guitars leads that like just make noise even before he says make noise. This kind of like bam bam ring him out a little bit. But then after the make some noise part, man, everyone just goes wild and crazy. And it's
It
a cool way
does.
to end the album. It's a cool way to end the album on that note. And then, dude, it doesn't happen often. Like very, very rarely. But like speaking the album name as you mic drop out. Ooh, that's some shit right there. That is
pretty
some
fucking
cool
rad, right?
ass shit, right? Is it cool?
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah.
God damn, that's fucking cool. Oh, I love that. I'm wide awake. It's morning. Mic drop. I'm out. Like, oh, wow.
And I
I'm
guess
all
it kind of goes along with your theory of everything being a rebirth. You know, ending the record with that line. I'm wide awake. It's morning.
Oh, I got a whole slew of lyrics and dives that I'm going to get into once you're done talking about how you think this is Painted Black cover, or whatever you were saying.
I'm just telling you a story. I know the.
It was a
fucking
good story.
Beethoven
It was
song.
funny. It was a funny story. It
I
was a
know the
comedy.
Beethoven
Yeah.
song.
The Beethoven, sure. The Mozarts, the
Beethovens,
Beethovens, the
yes.
Vivaldis, sure.
Yeah, I know them all. I know everything.
Because I know everything.
But I agree with you on the kind of build up and the bridge, and then it just kind of explodes with the trumpet, and it's just the trumpet was the biggest surprise for me on this entire record. Like it was thrown in very sporadically, but when it was in a song, it really made that song stand apart from the others, and it was a
fit
nice
everywhere,
touch.
right?
It did, yeah. It was a nice
How
touch. It was
fucking
never
weird.
overdone. This was really the only song where there was like a trumpet solo, if you really want to call it a solo. This is the only time it ever actually shined. Was at the end of this song, and I thought it was so fucking rad. I'm like, God damn, dude, Connor can write. He could probably write some really cool. I don't want to say prog rock, but just some
Orchestral
really cool
music. He could
rock-
probably write for an
rock
orchestra.
songs. Maybe. Well, I don't know. I don't know about that, dude.
Whoa.
But I feel like Connor can make some really cool big rock music, like really big rock songs. And right now he has the fucking greatest drummer in the world in his band.
Well, I
fucking
don't know.
Bright Eyes.
That's just I don't.
Name a better
why?
drummer. Name a
No,
better drummer than John
I'm saying
Theodore.
like why? Like why? Why do he doesn't need that? Why do we got to do that?
Oh yeah.
Why
okay,
does he have to have? I think that's silly.
Lyrically, what do you got on this one?
Dude, here we go.
Here we
Full
go.
circle.
Here we go.
This one's about living in a shit world, being grateful for it, and understanding that it's never too late to change. Again, I said earlier that he understands that. I guess I'll just go by whatever shit world, right? He talked about how this world is shit throughout the album, and specifically here the religion thing. He talks about his parents were really religious, but they slept in different houses because they hated each other, and God forbid you get a fucking God forbid you get a divorce, starting wars and being so entrenched in them that you don't even know like how they fucking started. But because of machismo and the war attitude, like this is how it's gonna end with us. I'm gonna finish it, like kind of poking fun at at wars. And this was the whole time during the Bush administration, and he was not the biggest fan of Bush.
Definitely not.
So there's that. But that's like living in a shit world. But there's a grateful part. He literally talks about being grateful. It's a little tongue in cheek, but it's there. He knows he doesn't have a great voice to be like a large scale singer like the Elton Johns or your Miley Cyruses or your Regina Spektor's, but he can still make really great music, and he knows that.
John
He
and
understands
Miley
that.
Cyrus, okay. Those were names I would not have expected you to throw around even in a sarcastic way.
Elton John definitely is a guy that has a very, very great voice. A little bland, a little pop, a little but great nonetheless.
Great songs too, honestly.
Like dude would slay at karaoke wherever he went. Like, dude, he would just slay any song. But then like the last part of this is the rebirth, like understanding that it's not too late to change. The beginning and end of the song, the sun, him focusing so much on the sun again, not just in this song but other songs too. The color yellow, the album art, the little yellow bird from over here. The sun represents new beginnings. That's what it fucking inherently represents throughout various cultures, throughout various time periods. And then he says, I'm wide awake, it's morning. That's him starting a new day. Probably a shit day, but at least he has a soft glimmer of hope about it. And I think that's fucking so goddamn fantastic because we start the album with a soft glimmer of hope. Yeah, we're going to die, but don't worry. It's fine. And then we end the album with a soft glimmer of hope. Yeah, tomorrow's probably going to be shit too, but don't worry, it'll be fine.
I'm still taking this in a more negative
man.
thing because I think even with the last line being I'm wide awake, it's morning, it's still just repeating more of the same bullshit. I agree with you. It's his criticisms of war, homelessness, violence, crime, drugs, this and that, and I agree too. It's kind of some of the things he says are a little tongue in cheek and sarcastic. Like, I have my drugs, I have my woman, whatever he says in that like second or third verse, but it's very, very cynical. And I don't think there are very many positive things in this song. And it's just kind of him realizing every day he wakes up to the same bullshit and it's never going to change. It's him just kind of realizing it and just kind of going along with it because there's literally nothing he could do. I don't think
it does
there's
change, and it can change,
but it doesn't.
And he knows it changes.
No, I don't think so. Not at least not in this song. I don't think so. I think he's just kind of used to the not mundane, but used to the craziness of the world and the craziness of society, and he accepts it in a very, very cynical way. I don't think there's really anything positive about this. And that's just more about acceptance.
That comes in acceptance too. That comes in with acknowledging the insignificance of our lives, but not the meaninglessness of it. When he says like he could have been like a famous singer, I mentioned earlier, if he had a better voice, but like failure's always been a better thing for him. So when he says, let's fuck it up, boys, make some noise. Like that's the insignificance of his life, but not the meaninglessness of it. Let's fuck it up, boys, make some noise shows that he has a positivity. He says, yeah, I'm not a fucking great singer, but I still have fun with the boys. I still have fun with my friends. I still have a great time being a musician. That is a glimmer of hope. And you gotta really get into these glimmers of hope because That's why he puts them there. They're not there just because he's a bad songwriter. They are there because he purposely puts them there to make it seem like, yeah, the world is shit, 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 shit. But there's little glimpses of hope. And that's why the album opened up with a guy, a complete stranger, comforting somebody as they're both going to fucking die. That's what it's about. That's what's happening.
Yeah, I guess so.
Why do that? Why do that? There's
I
no
get it.
reason
or
for
it's,
it.
Or it's just like him realizing, like, I know you said,
But
understanding
then why is he
how
so positive?
I understand where you're saying, like, he feels so insignificant, but life isn't meaningless. But I feel like it's everything on this is sarcastic, even at the bottom of everything. Yeah, the monologue is about the guy telling the stranger that he loves her or whatever, she's very loved, whatever. But I feel like it's done very sarcastically. It's like it just goes to show, like, it doesn't matter what anyone says. Like, they could tell you how much they love you or how much they care about you, but in the end, it doesn't fucking matter. Nothing matters. I'm taking a much more cynical and negative approach
for
to this entire record, because I feel like that's what it is. I feel like any sort of glimmer of hope is him just being sarcastic or tongue-in-cheek. 100% that's what it is.
But then why even put it in there, though? Why even put it in there if you're just going to make fun of somebody for that? And Connor's not that type of person, especially at this time, though. He was not like... Because you can watch interviews and live performance of this. He's cried playing these songs.
I used to fucking hang out with Connor back in, like, 2004. And, I mean, I went through all this stuff when I used to hang out with him and talk to him.
He would cry playing these songs. He is not like a facetious dude. This is him. You can ask him when you fucking see him next. Apparently,
I did talk to him last month, and I think we're gonna hang out and probably go to a bar or something in the next couple months. And I'll talk to him about this record. We should have had him on the pod.
You talked to him about this fucking record. God damn it. I do. I'm sticking to it. I don't even care. That's what I got out of this.
Okay,
I
that's
like
fine.
it.
That's
I
fine.
like that you've got nothing but dark days and cynicism.
Well, I don't.
That's fine.
He does.
That's great. Oh, you
He
put
does,
words
not
in his mouth. That's great.
Well, I didn't put the words there. I mean, he literally put the words there because he wrote them.
Words are words are like bullets.
Yes. All right, let's play a little bit of Road to Joy from the Beethovens. So here it is, Road to Joy. There you go, Paint It Black from Ludwig von Beethoven? Ludwig Beethoven? I don't know.
Long bottom view Beethoven. Yes.
Long bottom view.
Yes, long bottom view Beethoven.
Oh, man. All right, so yeah, there you go. Great song. Great fucking song.
God damn, what a fucking banger of a song, dude. What a way to close out an album. Again, regardless of how we feel about the meaning, the interpretation, to end an album with the name of the album, I cannot think of any fucking record that does that.
I'm sure there are some.
I'm put on the spot here, so obviously, yeah, if we dug into it, we could probably find it. But God, man, that is like the ultimate mic drop right there. That is so fucking cool. That is so rad.
It really is. It really, really is.
Yeah, I'm giddy like a schoolgirl over here.
You fucking love Connor Oberst. He's your boy, man.
Dude. Oh,
man. I don't get the obsession. He's good, but he's not like, I don't know, man. I don't know, dude.
Okay. Well.
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 All right. So are we good with Road to Joy? Good to move on?
Yeah.
So what do you got for, or what do you want to? What else do you want to talk about?
That's it for your B's, right? You have
No. I have one more B.
What's your other B?
Another traveling song.
Oh, that's my 4B. Oh,
let's get into this.
Goddamn good.
What do you got on this one?
Dude, this is a very cool rock and roll country jam. Honestly, you could take out Connor and insert any big time country artist and have them just sing the same fucking thing. And this would be a #1 country hit. Like, granted, it's basic country, fucking catchy, but it would be a #1 country hit. I swear to you. I promise you. This I promise you. Like that fucking Backstreet Boy song.
That's not a very good Backstreet Boy song. They have some good songs.
It's not.
Yeah,
They have a lot. They have more bad songs than good songs. But I I like Emmylou Harris, her background vocals so much better in this one.
They're killer on this one.
Dude, she finally, I don't want to say finally, because I don't listen to her music. I don't know if she's great or not, but I think she does a great job at propping him up. And this is the one that I alluded to earlier. We have a piano and an organ. There's two of the same fucking instruments, essentially. One is just more obnoxious than the other. Won't say which one.
No, just say which one. I want to know.
They're throwing out sound, and both are discernible because they're doing different things.
I don't know about that, dude.
And accentuating different parts of the song. That's what they're doing. The organ is coming in when things drop, and the piano's kind of doing that like ragtime bluesy thing. They're both doing something vastly unique. Love it. I love that you can. Oh my god, they're fucking massive instruments. And you're throwing them in there.
You probably hate the organ because I know you hate the organ on the Blink song.
It's
Windy
true.
Clear.
I just can't stand the organ. It's just stupid. It's
I
just
fucking
dumb.
love the organ. I think, oh god, dude, it's one
Do you
of
like
the
it on?
coolest
Do you like it on this song
instruments.
too?
I do. I can see
Fucking
where
annoying.
it could be a little annoying because the organ, the note that it's playing sounds very similar to like a train horn, so that's like playing through a lot of the song. So I can get why that can be obnoxious in this song, but the organ's a fucking rad instrument and it sounds awesome in almost every song, especially Windy Clear from Blink-182.
It's just a cheap fucking piano. Just play the piano.
A
then.
cheap piano. It's the OG piano.
Cheap piano.
Man, get the fuck out of here. That's stupid. That's silly boy talk. But this is like one of the very unique songs on this record. There's nothing on it on the album that sounds like this. It's very upbeat. It's very folky. It sounds like a train with the guitar strumming and the kind of the chicka chickas and everything like that. You know, has that. I don't even know. It has to be called something in that style because a lot of bands do it where it sounds like a train rolling along. That kind of percussive
this is
element.
Americana.
Is it? Would this be considered Americana?
Americana is literally just like an amalgamation of just like a lot of different early American tune and sounds. That's what this song is. That's what this fucking album is. It's unbelievable how Americana this album is, and it's just it's classified as like indie rock or like emo, and it's like no, dude, this is pitted up against. I mean, like, I'm a big blasphemous here, but this is pitted up against like some of like the cool like older tunes of like Woody Guthrie and Arlo and Bob Dylan's like this, like songwriting wise, what is happening here? What is going on in this album? Yeah, this is everything. This is what music is all about. Just taking a little bit of everything, taking a little bit of what you like, your likes, your dislikes, and putting it into something new.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
And again,
You're
the
right.
only other band that I've ever heard do so much justice to like Americana music, which when I said like Americana again, is just like you listen to a lot of Delta blues, you listen to a lot of early Western, a lot of early country, you listen to a lot of like early rhythm and blues music, and you create a genre based off of all of those. The only other band that I've heard do it real justice is the Grateful Dead.
That's so interesting because it's like I've had such a hard time getting into that band, and I know like everything about them is shit that I like, but I don't know what it is where I cannot connect with them.
I think this week I've realized that the reason I like them so much, and I just can't believe it's been so long, is because like again I like going to camp, singer songwriter stuff where I only have a guitar, therefore I can only play X amount of songs that I know that somebody else has taught me, like that folk style playing, that Bob Dylan style playing. I can play a lot of Bob Dylan songs on the guitar because they're all the fucking same.
Yeah,
but
true.
they're all good. But like
No,
that's what the Grateful Dead kind of do. They can do all of that. They can take all of that, but then add like really kind of cool jammed psychedelic elements to it. And Connor does the same thing without the jam parts. There's a couple parts in here that are a little jammy for like a minute, 20 seconds.
No, there's really not. Well, maybe Road to Joy would be the only song that is kind of jammy, and it's only because of that bridge.
Make some noise.
Yeah, that's really the only song that is jammy at all. Or maybe the acoustic guitar solo at the bottom.
Dude, the lyrics. So I'm going back here to Connor here.
Let's do
The lyrics to Another Traveling Song. The opening line of this song is so dope. Okay, it's like the emo kids version of that shitty fucking Bryan Adams song where he says like, "I bought my first 6-string."
Oh
And
God, I
fucking-
hate that song.
Whatever
so
that
much.
fucking dumb. Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
that. That song
Oh.
sucks, dude.
That song is terrible. I
But
hear it
that's
at
like
work so much when I'm there. Oh,
anybody that likes Bryan Adams, I just can't stand them as a person. I don't even care. DF. But like, I think the song is overall a more sad-driven song, mostly about songwriting and putting like his experiences and thoughts into musical form, and how difficult it is on him to constantly push himself for either us, like the listener, or just because it's what he does, right? Like poet's
Yeah.
gonna poet. That's what he fucking does. And I think I like this idea because we don't often see the inside workings of writing music, especially like pertaining to how strenuous it is on the writer. Like we hear a lot of like, oh, fucking Sabbath had to go to a fucking castle and write music because it was so difficult on them. It's like, no, who gives a shit? No, it fucking wasn't. It was a drug-fueled time and where they just happened to come out at a time where none of the music sounded like what they were putting out. So no matter what they did, it was going to sound fantastic. But this is, 45 years later. 78-ish, give or
like
take.
25, 30 years later, yeah.
It was not 20 years later, bro.
I
It was
said
like 40
25.
years
I said
later.
25 or 30
25 years later. What was that? 1975.
75. This came
This
out in
came out
2005, so
2000
30 years. So roughly 30 years.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I was
25
closer
to
with my 40
35.
years.
Well,
I was closer
no,
with the
I
40
said-
years.
I
than
also said 25 to
years.
30. 30. I said 25 to 30 years.
You
and
said
that's what
15
exactly
to
what-
5 years. is
I
what
did
you
not
said,
say-
'cause you're stupid.
15 to 5 years, you fucking idiot.
I like that idea. I like that idea. I like the idea of getting into like the psyche of a writer. And we see it with movies, right? Like we see it with remember the movie Misery with
Yeah.
Kathy Bates?
Yeah, I
Right?
do remember that movie.
Like a writer trying to finish a story, but like it turns fucking sour. It turns weird. I'm not a writer. I don't read books. I know what the fuck a book is. I know what the fuck a quail is. So it's like I don't know. I shouldn't say never. I don't recall any other lyricist writing music that kind of like show me what it's like, the toll it takes on a lyricist. I can point out movies about the toll it takes on a writer because I think that was like the whole tongue-in-cheek thing about Misery was the toll it takes on was it Stephen King's writing?
Yeah,
So
Stephen King, yeah.
I think that's what's happening there, but you don't see it a lot with like writing lyrics. We see
Yeah.
people like lyricists, and we kind of just see them as like, oh yeah, they fucking wrote a good lyric. But like, what does it take, man? And this is the song that it shows us. It was strenuous. It was hard. It's difficult. Does he do it for our benefit? For his benefit? I don't think he knows. I like
See,
that.
I had a hard time with this song. I really couldn't figure out what the song was about. Really, I wrote that down. I have no idea really what he's talking about. I made a guess, and I thought maybe it was him talking about changing his path in life, whatever that may be. I don't know, musically, personally, emotionally, whatever. It could be something like that, and how terrifying it can be. And then how some people may not understand why he's making that change, musically, like going in a different musical direction, going in a different direction in life to where he's not maybe such a partier. Maybe he's going to have like a cleaner life or whatever it may be. But that's like it's a real loose interpretation, I guess, on this song. I just could not figure this one out.
Okay.
For whatever reason. I was kind of stumped. But also, I'm not a lyricman, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
I also love the line when he says, "My thoughts come in pairs."
Mhm.
Man, that's like one of my favorite lines on the album. It's such a cool way of showing us like just how often he battles every decision he makes, whether it be
Yeah.
like, what do you want for breakfast? And like we all do the same fucking thing, right? Like, should I do this? Should I not do this? A pros and cons list. It's like
Yeah.
this is my thoughts come in pairs. It's just a throwaway line that means so much.
Yeah.
And again,
Constantly second guessing yourself.
exactly going back into like the concept of the album, of like rebirth. Should I be doing this? Should I not be doing this? I don't know, man.
It's a good one. Well, I don't know about that, dude.
Oh, it's so good, dude. So good.
It's a good song. It really, really is a good song. All right, so we have anything? Oh, let's play. Fuck it, let's play the song a little bit.
I still have my
what?
3B. We haven't gotten to my 3B yet.
Okay, so let's play this song. We'll get into your 3B. A little bit of another traveling song from the Bright Eyes. Good stuff, man. I really
was
like the song.
That was your 5B, you said?
That is my 5 and last B on the radio.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Whoa,
Here we go. Well, I don't know about that, dude. So what do you got? What's your 3B?
Landlocked Blues is my 3B.
Landlocked Blues. Wow, that's okay. That's fine.
That is not a B
Sad
for you.
song.
That's
No,
fine.
it's not. It's a
That's
nice
fine.
sad song. Just the guitar, just Connor, Emmylou. I think it's
If
Emmylou,
you
right?
walk away, I'll walk away.
It's fine. It's a
God
very
damn,
stripped down
dude.
song, man. There's some
Very
trumpets
stripped
and
down.
strings, but
Dude, it
Yeah.
builds perfectly. I love this. I love this specific chord progression. I love it a lot. It's extremely melodic. If I was a well-trained musician man, I would probably tell you this is some like Iodian thing, or I don't know the fuck it is, but it's a good chord progression. And I'm sure it's something, but I don't know. We have some like basic. We have something so basic and just adding background vocals, which in this case you can really hear like how good she is at harming. Because holy fuck, man, she really props him up. He's not a great singer. He can hold a tune, he can carry a tune, he can kind of like draw out those notes fine.
yeah.
But she is a great singer based off of just this album. She's a great singer and knows how to harm and prop him up to make him sound better.
Oh,
And this is the song that I for sure thought like that. Oh, holy shit, bro. Like she's really, really good. You chose a good artist. And Emmylou Harris, again, I don't know anything about her other than her records aren't worth fucking dick. So that's so bizarre to me. Like I want to get into her, but she's made so many fucking records. I don't know where to start.
Yeah.
What else is the
What would have been
60s?
so cool if they had made this entire record together, had she been on every single song, harmonized with them. Maybe not really had so many lead parts by her, but just was more there just to harmonize. Really, I think this record could have been something even better than what it is.
And she's
I
I agree. I think like maybe because she's a great singer in her solo career, that's why she's able to harm so well. But damn, dude, she harms well. She harms well. And like structurally, the song is very blues inspired, right? It's almost entirely verses,
Yeah.
only a couple choruses. There's a few parts like for solos to kind of throw in there. But this is a very like blues kind of inspired structurally song.
Yeah,
Going
Oh,
along
I
things
agree.
like in the Americana thing.
and it makes sense with the lyrics too, because I mean this is about a breakup, post breakup, heartbreak. Really, every blues song is about heartbreak, and this is like a straight up blues song. I mean that's why it's called Landlocked Blues, but it all goes hand in hand.
I got a lot here. You ready for this?
Let's do this. Yeah, what do you
You
got?
ready for this?
I was born ready. Whoa. I don't know about that.
Ultimately, I think this song is about feeling stuck in life with the only certainty being death. The only power we have like to our own life really is just to walk away. Whether like we hear him talk about like when we die, we'll be free from the language and the shackles of time, whatever. And with the future like ever changing and nothing being static, all we can do is just not let the negativity get to us, even if it means walking away from things we really care about. And again, that's why I think the overall concept is a glimpse of hope, a glimpse of positivity. This is it. But even like in this sort of like simplicity, there's this selfish tone to it. While he's making love on the floor, there's a war raging on TV. And then why even bring it up unless you feel bad about it? Or why even bring it up if you think it's just fucking relevant? Or you don't care about it? Like even to the point where the combatants on TV admit that if they walk away, we'll walk away. But this line is a throwaway line. It's missed because of a temporary lust Connor has, or that we're infatuated by the love making that's going on the floor. Like we forget about what's happening. That brings about like the idea that we are human, we are fallible, we make mistakes. We have a hard time like doing anything without consequence.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that like plays into the fact that like there is rebirth. There is hope for us. We are shitty people. We live in a shitty society, but there is hope for us. We can get out of this. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week.
Maybe not ever.
But baby steps. Maybe not ever. But it's still there. I also like the wordplay too. I'm like, no man is an island, right? All these old fucks say that. Well, no man is an island. But here we have like Landlocked Blues. The complete like antithesis of that. No man is an island. Yeah, no man is an island. We need fucking people. We need a community. But now he has his Landlocked Blues. He's surrounded by people, and he still feels like shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, like Connor, god damn, man, I'm coming up with like more things as I talk about it.
You're just popping up. I love when that happens too.
Pop up video, dude. This is like VH1. You heard it here first, Kurt Loder.
Wow,
It's like
you just threw out a lot of references I'm probably not going to pick up on. Jesus Christ. Within 5 seconds, you threw out like 4 different things. God.
it's true. It's true. Yeah, dude. He's talking about like all these things though, and I'm coming up with just more and more stuff, and I think it's fantastic. God, I love this.
I understand it. I feel like this is a record that I need to. If I really, really want to get more into the lyrics, I need to spend more time with it. I really do. I mean, you and Mike have listened to this countless times. You know, I listened to it 3 times this week. You know,
you got to. And doing the podcast, you know, like we do a lot of stupid shit, and I don't like pretend that that any of the stupid shit lyrics we do are anything more than just stupid shit lyrics, throwaway lyrics. I do think he is saying something here. I do think he's being so honest that it relates to everybody, and I'm going to reiterate I guess I'm in my Rucka wrap up now.
Are we wrapping this up?
Are we going there? We only have 3 songs left.
Oh, that's true. Okay,
2 songs left.
I mean, do we not want to play this song?
Well, Train in the Water is my 6B, and then We Are Nowhere in This Now is my 8B.
All right. Well, I mean, then let's wrap it up.
Yeah,
Right.
Whatever. I feel like I've already got the momentum going.
Okay, then go.
Like
Yeah,
a train.
go.
Like a train.
Go. Yeah. I interrupted.
Choo choo. That's what a train does. Choo choo. Why didn't trains don't even go choo choo? I don't know why people say that.
They used to.
Did they?
Yeah, it used to be like a whistle thing. Yeah, because there was so much steam going through those metal pipes.
I don't hear like the personification of like choo choo. I just hear like a loud whistle, and now I just hear a very, very fucking loud, obnoxious train horn.
Well, because the horns now aren't based off of like steam. It's like an actual like horn, like an air horn. But back in the 1800s, it was like steam, because there were steam power, coal power, or steam and coal powered trains.
So it actually went like woo woo, like that,
because it was the sound of the steam or the smoke going through the metal pipes, the metal tubes.
I'm not a train guy. I don't have models like you, dude. I don't. You're like
I was
you're
never
like
no, I was never
you're like
that guy.
Captain Holt over here. I'm like
You're like Terry.
like Terry Crews. Yeah. Like a taco shack in the middle of the board.
And then he criticizes him because what if it rains? Are there no like what is it? Or no gutters or anything like that? Is the water just going to collect?
Is there no way for like the water to drain from the hat? And he's like, I don't know.
And then he just kind of looks at him and he goes, huh. He just makes that like condescending laugh or scoff.
And I think Captain Holt uses the word facsimile. I think he says, "What are you talking about? This is an actual facsimile of an actual train yard." Who the fuck even says facsimile, dude? That's a stupid fucking word that nobody says unless you're a robot. Yeah, I think like overall this album is I'm gonna reiterate it. This is an album about the insignificant. I don't know why I have such trouble saying that word. Say it. Insignificant. Insignificant. I have to really think about it.
Insignificant rebellion.
Insignificant
Palpatine would say.
Yeah. This album is about the insignificance of our life.
There we go.
I said it slow again, but not like the meaninglessness of it. Like just because we are nothing does not mean we are nothing to everybody. There is something there. And I think overall, it's a very sad, melancholy album that starts and ends on a positive note. I'm wide awake, it's morning, sun, rebirth. Going in with it, you can start over. And like, we've all done, still to this day, like we all do. Like, I'm going to start doing this tomorrow. I'm going to start doing this tomorrow. I'm going to go on a diet tomorrow. I'm going to start working out tomorrow. I'm going to be nicer to my fucking mom when you're like 15, right? Like, you set small goals, but you start them tomorrow. And there's nothing wrong with that because that's what we do. Like, you better yourself day by day by day. You take it minute by minute, hour by hour. Nothing wrong with that. That is how it's baby steps.
No,
right. I think he acknowledges that. I think it'd be really cool at some point to do like Digital Ash to see how that contrasts or like compares to this one. I think that'd be really fucking cool. But for this one, I think like musically, good God, man, the guy like nailed Americana. As far as like Americana groups are concerned, like Grateful Dead, I think take the cake there. They just incorporate everything that was Americana up until the 60s, 70s. And Connor took it a step further. He incorporated all the have-nots, all the forgottens, all the Hot Topic kids, all of the all the emo dorks, all the jocks, all the goths, all the people that are in some marginalized group, good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
I think he took them all and threw them all into this album. And whether or not you think that the lyrics mean something or don't mean anything, I don't think he fucking knows. But I think, I don't know. I really don't. Like, he probably doesn't even fucking know.
No, I think he does. He wrote the goddamn songs and the goddamn lyrics.
No.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily true. Just because you wrote the fucking lyrics doesn't mean like you even know what the fuck you've been talking about.
That makes no fucking sense.
What do you mean it makes no sense? It's an emotional reaction. Words are just like bullets. No, for real. Words are just things that come out of your mouth at the time that sound good, whether it be because you're emotional all the time. Do you ever say things when you're drunk? You're like, oh, I probably shouldn't have said that. I'm a fucking asshole. You tell me you never said that.
No,
oh, okay. So but you obviously don't mean those things. It's something you said because you're just being a fucking dick. You are trying to hurt somebody, or you're just super drunk. You don't even know what the fuck you're doing. Words don't always have to mean exactly what you think they are. That's the whole, what is it? The question is, said Alice, right? When she was talking to Tweedledee and Tweedledum through Looking Glass.
You're jumping so much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great. It's great.
Just
love how you're just connecting all these things. It's
that was the big quote from Alice Through the Looking Glass. It was Humpty. Alice was talking to Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty.
Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
No, in the original she's talking to Humpty Dumpty.
Okay, yeah.
But like Humpty Dumpty said something along the lines of like, when I use a word, it's because I want that word to mean exactly what I think it means. And then Alice like retorts. She chimes back. She claps back with like, the question is whether or not you can make words mean so many different things.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of like, oh, well. Then he said something else after that was insignificant to my high school brain that I just didn't care. But that's true. Like, words don't have one meaning. You can say anything you want in a way that makes it mean something else.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Anything you say, like, words are just are so fucking, they're like clay. They're like Play-Doh. They mean anything you want them to mean. And here, I think it means something that I don't even think like Connor even fucking realized what is happening here. I think this is so far beyond his scope of writing lyrics because he's never done anything like this before or anything beforehand.
Yeah.
Musically, he's tried to recapture this with like Casadega and stuff. Like musically, he's tried to do this stuff again, but nothing conceptual like this. This is.
But I mean, also we don't know. It's not like we went back and broke down the lyrics on every single record. He
that
may
is true.
have. So it could be that every record is like this.
The only one that I'm really interested in is Digital Ash, I'm wondering if that's the same as this one. But the
I'm
songs
really
aren't
curious about
there.
that too.
The songs just aren't there. They really not.
I think you have to go.
I'm
I think
like,
you have to go into digital ash with a different mindset. I think you're so stuck on this Americana, this whole kind of vibe, for lack of a better word, of this record, that you're not giving Digital Ash a fair shake. I really think that that's what it is. And also, you're thinking, okay, this is a double album. It should kind of coincide with it or be something completely opposite, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that.
but that's not entirely accurate. Yes, I will say that I'm not giving Digital Ash its fair shake, but I have listened to Digital Ash over the course of high school, right? Because it came out in high school. Over the course of high school till now, I've listened to Digital Ash probably 25 times. I think it's a good album through and through. I listened to it a lot of fucking times. Yes, my musical tastes have grown. Everything has grown for me. What I want in music has been more specified. Specified? Is that a word?
Has become more specific.
Oh, look at you. See?
Is that the right
Words are like bullets.
words? Are
I mean,
like
look at you.
bullets,
You're a
yeah.
wordsman. You're a wordsmith.
Always.
Yeah,
Forever. And always.
I mean, this is all leading towards a perfect score for me. I think
Whoa,
Connor.
Jesus Christ.
That's stupid. That silly boy thinks.
Silly boy
I
thinks?
think silly boy thinks. I think he did something here that for sure, like the emo community, because this is not like an emo record, but like Bright Eyes is an emo band. They're a band that's kind of like associated with like the emo phase, like the indie rock emo phase of like the 2000s. But this record is nothing like that. This is a very folk, very alternative country almost sounding record. And I think he set out to do something. He did it better than anybody's ever done it.
Okay. All right.
Better
So
than
you
anybody's ever done it.
So people listening, if you don't know our rating system, our world famous rating system, 3 is a perfect album. 2 is a good album you're going to continue to listen to. 1 is a bad album to give it a shot, and 0 is the worst thing you've ever heard. So you just gave this a perfect 3 out of 3.
Honestly, like if we had a ranking higher than a 3, I would give it that.
God, dude, that's just so stupid.
I really would. We literally just went through how great this is musically, lyrically, tonally,
Yeah, but it's still
structurally,
not-
conceptually. Like
It's
what
still
what
not
more?
that.
How many more Lees do you want? I give you Bruce Lee. Fuck yeah, I got Lees on my
Jet Li.
head, but don't call me a Lee head. How many more Lees do you need?
All right. My final thoughts on this record.
Just drown.
Just drown what?
From now on, whenever I hear somebody that's gonna shit talk something I love, I'm gonna say just drown.
That's stupid. So fucking
I
disrespectful.
don't even care. Just drown.
Oh boy, yeah. This record is. This is a record that is, I think, largely popular because of nostalgia. It is good. It is a good record. But if you weren't there, if you didn't like it when it came out, when you were of a certain age, like, in your teens, I don't feel like you would have the same reaction, the same feelings toward it. I was never into this style of music really, so I didn't care. Like I said, this is maybe the fucking 5th time I've ever heard this record in its entirety, maybe. So yeah, I don't have that. I'm not much of a lyric man. I do think he is a good lyricist, but I don't really get it. I don't. It doesn't have that same. It doesn't give me that same feeling like a lot of bands do. And musically, it's good, but I think it's cool that he mixes so many genres together, but I don't think he does any of them particularly well, which is fine. You don't have to do that, but I feel like even the mixing of them all isn't done perfectly. it's just I never grew up on this style. Like you kept saying like because you went to camp, you grew up on all the folk stuff, and that's why you like Bob Dylan. That's why you like Grateful Dead now, and so on and so forth. I didn't grow up with that, so I don't have that same sort of feeling, that same sort of nostalgia, that like all of that same upbringing, really. So I can't give this a perfect 3. I really can't. There's no way. I'll give it a solid 2 out of 3 though. A solid 2 out of 3.
Oh damn, that's.
I like the songs. I like most of the songs. I understand where they fit in music history. I feel like it's important. Conor Oberst means so much to so many people. I get that. I totally understand why, especially going through his lyrics this week. I totally get it. It's not for me, and overall I think it can be very boring at times. Okay. So I'm going to give it a 2 out of 3. I would never get this on vinyl. I would not get any Bright Eyes on vinyl.
Oh,
ever. Because I would never ever listen to it. It would just sit on my shelf, collecting dust, like all my other records.
I got this on the Vinyl Me Please edition.
Oh, of course you did.
That
was
record,
like last month, wasn't it?
It was a couple months ago. Yeah. The record it's the same color variant as the sun on the album artwork.
Oh, that red.
It looked just visually, like it looks. It's not a splatter. It's like a swirl, but it looks exactly like the sun. It's cool. It's fucking dope, dude, and it sounds fantastic. Dead quiet. Finally, please, come on.
That great fucking pressing.
They
put out great fucking pressings. Yeah. Great website. All right, so. So we ranked it. Do we have anything else to say about this record or this band?
That's it. That's all.
All right. Well, thank you all for listening. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Give us 5 stars. 5 stars only. Tell all your friends because we are the best. And that's it. That's all.
That's Sans, what the fuck his name is. But anyway, this is a Brazilian-born guitarist. He got his nickname Sete, which means 7 ball in Brazil. And I guess snooker is a huge thing in Brazil, or was a huge thing in Brazil. I don't know.
What is?
Snooker.
What is that?
You ever play snooker?
I have never even heard of that.
Snickers.
Heard of Snickers.
A little different. No, Snickers like...
That was a terrible joke.
Oh, it was terrible. Yeah. No, snooker's like the ball. It's pool, but like there's a ton of red balls. Lifted, or the story is in the soil. Keep your ear to the ground.
That is a stupid title. But
that's a fucking title. I'll tell you that much right now. We know nothing about it.
Oh, okay.
That's it's his 4th album.
So my number 1 and 2, honestly, they could be interchangeable.
I hate that you say that. I
mean,
if they can be interchangeable, then don't be annoying and just say Digital Ash is your number 2. That way I don't fucking fly off the handle already before you even start the main fucking episode.
You know what? My number 2 is I'm Wide Awake It's Morning.
You're the worst human being of all fucking time. Think of like the worst humans that have ever existed on Earth. You're fucking worse than all of them. I'm not even going into their names, but we all know who they are. You're fucking worse. You are worse than they are. Some of them are still alive, probably.
But I really liked how they kind of took a deeper dive into electronic stuff, and his voice, honestly, his voice sounds really, really good with an electronic beat, much like Ben Gibbard. I think he sounds better with Postal Service than he ever did with Death Cab. He just has one of those good voices.
That's what we say until we hear until we hear Ben Gibbard do like an acoustic. Dude, what is happening?
Dude, you are fucking insane tonight.
Until we hear Ben Gibbard do a acoustic version of I Will Follow You Into the Dark. Like if you watch him do that like acoustically.
Oh yeah, it's fucking great.
And he'll explore this later on. And then also Rebirth. There's a lot of Rebirth in this. There's a lot of fuck, man. Even with small menial tasks, like I want to go to the gym more, right? That's why we have New Year's resolutions every fucking year. Gym membership spike in January. We have these resolutions. Tomorrow's another day. Die another day. Tomorrow never dies. Diamonds are forever. These are all. These are all.
No time to die.
No time to die. Yeah,
Oh God, that was stupid.
that was stupid. But for real, like I just went off of that tangent. I don't know why, but I think that's what this overall. I think that's what this album is trying to get at. Is that I also like the wordplay too. I'm like, no man is an island, right? All these old fucks say that. Well, no man is an island, but here we have like landlocked blues, the complete like antithesis of that. No man is an island. Yeah, no man is an island. We need fucking people. We need a community. But now he has his landlocked blues. He's surrounded by people, and he still feels like shit. So like Connor, god damn man, I'm coming up with like more things as I talk about it.
You're just popping up. I love when that happens too.
Pop up video, dude. This is like VH1. You heard it here first, Kurt Loder.
Wow,
It's like
you just threw out a lot of references I'm probably not going to pick up on. Jesus Christ. Within 5 seconds, you threw out like 4 different things. God.
it's true. It's true. Yeah, dude. He's talking about like all these things though, and I'm coming up with just more and more stuff, and I think it's fantastic. God, I love this.